So the 2025 Bahrain Grand Prix has literally just concluded. I thought it was quite a dull race to start with, but then it got better when we got some action going on with the safety car between Carlos Sainz and Isaac Hadjar, was it? I think the safety car made it interesting. It caused Carlos Sainz to retire because there was a massive hole in the side pod of the Williams. I was very surprised at how unprofessional Red Bull were with their pit stops, because they seem to have had a issue with the lights in the pit lane. I think every team should have a backup system with the old lollipop system like they had in the old days, but made it interesting. But it certainly wasn't a good race for the Red Bulls, especially Max Verstappen. I think he was very frustrated. Extremely frustrated, actually. In terms of Ferrari, they had quite a good ding dong, finishing 4th and 5th with Charles Leclerc and Lewis Hamilton respectively. What I find encouraging is the fact that there only seems to be 7 points between Charles Leclerc and Hamilton. So I think the gap isn't too big. If it becomes too big between Charles Leclerc and Hamilton, I think Hamilton would be made to play waterboy for Charles Leclerc. Having said that, as I said, it's nowhere near that yet. So I think 7 points is quite a respectable. It's quite a respectable gap. We only had race 4 out of 24 Grand Prix. And not including the sprint races, so all is not lost for Lewis Hamilton. And I think Lewis Hamilton has had some amazing overtake this race. Absolutely world class. I did fear for Lewis Hamilton's future yesterday, and to be honest with you, the first races, because he definitely was a bit underperforming in my opinion. But I don't know how long. I don't know whether his seat is already under pressure, under threat or not. But I think he's finally beginning to get to grips with that Ferrari. And I think Ferrari are just not fast enough, full stop. I think once they find a major update, I think that is when you can judge the performance of Hamilton. For me, I think Hamilton needs to keep scoring points and just keep the points gap between him and Leclerc on single digits. I think if it becomes more than single digits, then he might run the risk of becoming Leclerc's waterboy. But I hope that's not going to happen, and I hope Ferrari aren't going to replace Lewis Hamilton due to lack of performance. But that's for the future. In terms of the race, it was a massively good race for Oscar Piastri, winning it, and I think Lando Norris, had a good race as well. But I think it's going to be tight at the top, and I think McLaren are going to have to manage their two drivers, because I think they're both ambitious to become this year's world champion, drivers world champion. Although I do think Oscar Piastri is a bit tougher than Lando Norris. I think Lando Norris lacked that killer instinct, but I might be proven completely wrong. But this is just what I'm thinking. As far as George Russell is concerned, I think George Russell did an amazing job finishing second on the road. I hope there's not going to be a penalty coming his way, because he opened the DRS when he wasn't supposed to. But there were a lot of issues with the electronics and the sensors. So I think that those are mitigating circumstances. It would be completely harsh if any driver would get a penalty for that. But we shall wait and see. So for that reason and that reason alone, the race classification that I'm gonna read out to you now is bear in mind that it's before the any penalties have been applied. All right, so here we go. So it was Piastri first, Russell second, Lando third, Charles Leclerc fourth, fifth went to Lewis Hamilton, sixth Max Verstappen, Pierre Gasly was in seventh, eighth was Esteban Ocon, Yuki Tsunoda was ninth, 10th was Oliver Behrman, 11th was Kimi Antonelli, Alex Albon was 12th, Hülkenberg was 13th, 14th was Isaac Hadjar, Doohan was 15th, 16th was Fernando Alonso, Liam Lawson was 17th, 18th was Lance Stroll, and Bortoletto was 19th, and Carlos Sainz wasn't classified. Alright, because as I said, he retired due to damage to the car. Anyway, I look forward to the next race next weekend. And what are your thoughts of today's Grand Prix? Let me know in the comment section below. Thank you for watching. If you haven't done so already, please feel free to smash the subscribe button to stay up to date with all my Formula 1 and motorsport related content. I would encourage you to share this video as well. And if you really like my content and want to support me beyond subscribing, then the easiest way is to give me a super thanks or becoming a channel member. Alright, otherwise have a look in the video description. Alright, speak to you later, guys. Thanks again for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this video. See you in the next one. See you.